All right, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown as to what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days. If you missed 1 point perspective, I'm going to show you 1 point perspective, and that's going to lead you into cityscapes, drawing how to draw a cityscape. But that's a little far down the line. What I'm going to have you do for the next 2 days is make 1 point perspective boxes. I just want to see that you understand how to draw just a simple box in perspective. So here we go. You're going to start with a horizon line. So a horizon line is going to have, is where everything is going to be heading toward the one vanishing point that will be located on the horizon line. Now the horizon line will play a key part in the coming stuff, but let me get this done first. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with just a box, just a simple rectangle. Now that rectangle you'll be using a ruler for, like so. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those 4 corners, 2 of them are going to be going back to the vanishing point, at least in this scenario. So 1 is going to go back to the vanishing point. And it's going to look something like that. Okay. 2 is going to go back to the vanishing point. Okay. So now right now you're like, okay, well wait a second, you just made a cute little house. No, what I'm doing is I am drawing in linear perspective. I'm drawing linear perspective. So let's visualize for a second. If you're standing on flat land, say you're standing on flat land, and you're standing on railroad tracks. That'll work. So you're standing on railroad tracks. You got a rail on the right side. You got a rail on the left side. Those 2 rails are heading off to the horizon line where the sky meets the land. Now, those 2 rails, as they're going up, are converging, and where that convergence is your vanishing point. So now you understand where the vanishing point comes into play. So that is crucial, and with 1 point perspective, everything leads back to that vanishing point. So these 2 points are going back to the vanishing point. Now right now, like I said, it looks like a cute little house, but it's not. What you're going to do is you're going to crop this off with a horizontal line. Since 1 and 2 is a horizontal line, we're going to crop that off, cut it off, like so. Now after that, I can erase the excess, and I end up with a 2-sided box. Okay, so let's draw another box. Start with a simple rectangle, like so. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to number these things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those 4 corners need to go back to the vanishing point, but only a couple of them are going to be seen. So 2 is going to go back to the vanishing point. So let's get those out of the way. 2 to the vanishing point. It looks like that. 3 to the vanishing point. It looks like that. Okay. 4 needs to go to the vanishing point. It looks like that. Now it looks like I have a giant 2x4 coming out of the screen toward you. But what I need to do is I just want to make this a simple cube. Okay, or a simple cube, or a simple box of some sort. So 2 and 3 is a vertical line. Okay, so uppy downy for us dumb people. Okay, we'll call it 2 and 3. Okay, so 2 and 3, we're going to cut it off with a vertical line. Okay, so just like that. Okay. Now, if you notice I think I'm okay. I might want to fix that just a little bit better. This is one of those problems a lot of students will have. They'll angle this slightly. Okay, so we want to make sure that is straight up and down, straight vertical. Okay, 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 is a horizontal line, lefty righty for us dumb people. Okay, we're going to cut that off. Since that is a horizontal line, this is a horizontal line, and it's going to look something like that. Okay, so cut it off, and after I do that, I erase all the excess. And what I end up with is a 3-sided box. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, pretty simple, right? Okay, so let's build one over here. So let's see if we can do this and see if we can play at home. Enjoying the back of my head there. Apologize. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's play at home. What numbers need to go back to the vanishing point? Correct, very good. 1 needs to go to the vanishing point. 4 needs to go to the vanishing point. Very good answer there. I could hear you. There's my 4, okay? And 3 needs to go to the vanishing point. And when I get these done, again, I end up with a 2x4 that's coming toward me, kind of like shooting out. And so I'm going to cut it off. When I cut it off, I cut it off with a vertical line and a horizontal line. So let's do that. So vertical, straight up and down. Horizontal, straight across. Okay, so something like that. I'm going to show you what a lot of students screw up. Okay, so I'm going to erase what I have there. I'm going to show you how students screw up. Is they will do this one and not see anything wrong with this. They'll put, and I'm going to put this in black so that you can see. They'll just, we'll cut it off there and there. Okay? And they might even look at that and stand back and go, yeah, that looks pretty good. Actually, it doesn't. Okay? So the black is incorrect. Hopefully you can see that on the board there. Oops, I need that. This would be correct. So you need to cut it off with a vertical line, and this one you need to cut off with a horizontal line. Okay? So there's a huge difference between those. Okay? See how that's angled? The black lines are angled down, and it really doesn't make sense. Whereas, when we get rid of that, okay, well that makes sense. Okay, so just make sure that you're using horizontal and vertical lines. All right, so the last thing we need to kind of understand. If I have a box here, I see 3 sides. If I have a box here, I see 3 sides. If I have a box here, I would see 3 sides. But here, I'm seeing 2. So, this one right here, and my last one that I do. This one, I will also only see 2. So here's why. When I erase this, we know that this is the front of the box. It's the beginning here, it's the front. So this point needs to go to the vanishing point. When it goes to the vanishing point, it'll do something like that. And when this point goes to the vanishing point, it'll do something like that. I can crop it off or cut it off with a vertical line. When I cut it off with a vertical line, I can erase the excess, and there it is. And you'll notice that I only have 2 sides to that box. Okay? Now the reason I only have 2 sides is because it's going through the X and Y axis of the vanishing point. Basically, all you need to know is if it's going through the horizon line, you're only going to see 2 sides of the box. Okay? If it's directly below the vanishing point, you're going to see 2. Okay? So in essence, because that first box that I drew was right below the vanishing point, I only saw 2. Okay? Whereas if I have a box, draw it straight up. If I had a box right here, I would only see 2 sides. Okay? If that box was right here, I would see 3. Okay, so there's my 3 number. So these 3 go to the vanishing point, and this little thin sliver would go to the vanishing point. I do the same thing where I would cut it off with the horizontal, and cut it off with a very thin sliver vertical line. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to draw 10 boxes. Okay? So get a sheet of paper. Just draw 1 horizon line through the middle of the paper. You're going to draw 1 horizon line, 1 vanishing point on that horizon line. And then you're going to draw 10 squares or rectangles. Keep it with squares and rectangles. Don't do triangles yet. Don't do circles or anything like that. Just go with boxes. And you'll notice that all of them are parallel to the horizon line. So in essence, don't do this one. Don't start with a box that's doing this. You'll cause yourself more grief. You just want to do 10 boxes that are parallel to the horizon line. Okay, so they're laying horizontal. Okay, so you're going to draw 10 boxes. Yeah, that's it. Any questions, email me, and I'll try to answer them. So, have a good day.